So the couple of things that we've been looking at as means of fundraising. I mean, bake sales. Everybody loves a bake sale. I mean, if you can get tea and cake in your local community centre, then what's better than that?
True.
The reason we're looking at stuff like that is because we want the public to be as involved as possible with this party.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, we're a party aimed at the people. We're aimed at the majority. We want to make the state work for the state and not have it working for a minority. I mean, so the only way we're going to do that is if we get public opinion and we get public people on board. So just trying out small events where local people can get involved, give us their points of view, how they'd like to run things if they could.
I suppose that's kind of, taking it back, not old school, but you know what I mean, where it's kind of giving to the people in order to give back to them, if you get me. So
yeah, the idea is we want to scrap a lot of the policies and stuff like that have been brought in by governments over the recent years. I mean, at the end of the day, if the Ten Commandments in the Bible are basically the oldest set of laws that anybody has.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the Ten Commandments: thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder, and stuff like that. And if you live your life by 10 simple rules that barely inflict upon your life, if you live by those, then you've got nothing else to worry about, really, because you're not going to get killed, you're not going to get robbed.
Yeah,
you've got your life. What more do you need?
Well, I suppose you're right. To be fair. Now, obviously, we had the local elections quite recently. Well, on I believe it was Thursday. Was it?
Yeah,
Thursday.
Third, weren't it?
Yes. So obviously, Labour has really tipped the scales back to them, really, with this election. I mean, how would you?
Yeah, I mean, the problem was that the problem in this country is you've got three parties basically. You've got UKIP, you've got BNP, you've got Green, you've got us. But they're not really big enough parties to actually make a difference. So you're always going to come down to Labour, Conservative, Lib Dem. Liberal Democrats had made a massive impact. Like, to even get considered for being in government was a big thing for them to do. The problem they had is they basically just chose the wrong bed to lie in.
Yeah.
I mean, if Nick Clegg would have gone and said, yes, Gordon Brown, I'll quite happily work with you, I'm sure things would be completely different now, and they'd have a bigger support because people would be like, well, clearly it's Labour's fault that we're working like this. However, the Conservatives' tactics seem to be blame everything on Labour and hope that we can make ourselves look better. So, obviously, he's using Nick Clegg as the fall guy in all of this, and his party's reputation suffering. I mean, one of the local elections in Scotland, I think it might have been in the Glasgow constituency.
Yes.
One of the Liberal Democrat MPs lost out to a man dressed as a penguin.
Seriously?
Yeah, basically just
Ouch.
a normal guy from the public decided to stand as a penguin, and the Liberal Democrat lost out.
See, that kind of takes me back to, I don't know if you've seen it, there's an old Blackadder episode. Basically, I think it was something like the second season or something like that. They basically put Baldrick up for
Right.
to become an MP, basically. And I think he, off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure he ends up doing it. So that's just given me a nice flashback. I think I'm going to watch Blackadder today. But yeah. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that, to be quite honest.
Blackadder's always good for a reference point.
Oh, yeah, because it is, you know, we all know it's
classic British comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, taking us back to the roots. Good old
That's it.
Rowan Atkinson and all that. Excellent. So, I mean, with these parties then, would you say it's the fact that, obviously, you say they're too small. I mean, personally, the trouble that I have, where I'm from, there's not a chance to vote for pretty much anything else except for, as you say,
because
the three big parties.
Yeah, like I said, the three big parties have got people wanting to stand for them. I mean, you look at the smaller parties like the Green Party, UKIP, Respect, BNP. None of those parties are worth voting for other than the Green Party perhaps. But that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the problem is the smaller parties don't get a lot of press coverage. It tends to be, oh, Labour have done this, the Lib Dems have done this, the Conservatives have done this, not, oh, the Green Party are proposing this or Respect proposing this. So the problem is lots of people in like the constituencies and stuff like that get it into their head, oh, there's only these three parties. Yeah. Well, I best vote for this guy because they're closest.
Yeah.
So instead, you don't get people standing for the other parties, which is it's one of the things that the Lovely Party is trying to change. Like, one of the ideas we've got is using social media as a means of getting people on board. And it worked fantastically until Facebook changed all its account settings and everything, and we lost, like, thousands of members.
Yeah.
But since then, we've started up, and it's a gradual regaining people back.
Yeah. Good. Excellent. Well, we'll move on to a bit more music then. Going back to a bit of rap now. We've got Snoop Dogg with Gin and Juice. Enjoy. I know we will.
On Twitter at Planet Hoods and at News Planet Radio. Sam Machin.
So that was Gin and Juice by the legendary Snoop Dogg. For all you people out there that have just had a very heavy night out and just want to relax into the morning, I think it's the perfect hangover cure listening to just laid back songs like that.
Yeah, bit of Snoop, bit of old school West Coast vibe, you know it.
If you like that, you'll especially love the song that we've got next. I won't say what it is yet, but you will definitely love it. The time now, just so you know, is 11:15. That means we've only got 15 minutes left. Once again, unfortunately, it's just flown by again, hasn't it?
It has definitely gone too quick. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself here.
Excellent. Don't forget then, guys, if you do have anything you want to share with us, do visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/Planet Radio Huddersfield and just leave us a comment on there. Or you can just give us a tweet at Planet Hoods. Just get in touch. We will probably read some out if we get any. But yeah, excellent. So, back to you then, Tom. Let's have a little thing. Now, obviously, all we basically talked about is politics. So, I mean, you can't just live on politics. I mean, what else do you do in your life?
If politics was my life, I'd be an extremely boring person, and I wouldn't have the personality that I have. For people that know me, I'm quite bizarre, and I enjoy living life. I BMX, film, BMX edits, stuff like that. Quite involved in a few charities. One Love, Bob Marley's charity, I'm quite involved with that. So, quick shout out to One Love Festival. That's happening, I think, the 10th or the 12th of August at Ob Farm in Kent. It's a massive UK dub reggae festival. There's some awesome acts there, I'd say. Go and check it out. It's onelovefestival.com.
Yeah.
No, .co.uk. I don't know, Google it.
Excellent. Awesome. So, in terms of the Lovely Party, I mean, we'll go back to politics. What do you see, for the future of the party? What do you think is going to happen?
The ideal future would be an overnight takeover. We go viral. We get massive. We get voted in. I'm Prime Minister. My face is everywhere. It's huge. I've saved the world. Ideally, that is where we'd go.
Living the dream. That is the dream.
Like, the dream is my face, where David Cameron is, loved by everybody. But it's not as easy as that. There's a massive process still to go. We still need to get basically thousands and thousands of people to hear about us and understand what we're trying to achieve. I mean, the biggest obstacle is overcoming selfishness. Yeah. That is essentially what it is. It comes down to, if we can overcome mankind's inner selfishness, then we'll not have any problems whatsoever.
That's an excellent answer, to be quite honest. Cool. So I suppose we'll go back to some music. Like I said, if you liked a bit of Snoop, you'll most definitely like this one. It's a classic hip-hop tune. Hip-hop rap, would you say, really?
Yeah, it's hip-hop rap.
Yeah.
Pioneered by Dre.
Yes.
Got to be done.
You can't beat it. So here is NWA with Straight Outta Compton. You are listening to planetradio.ning.
Planet Radio Huddersfield with Sam Machin.
So that was a classic tune from NWA, Straight Outta Compton. I hope you all enjoyed that. I know we really had a little dance off going on,
Yeah,
especially with the studio next
just
door.
disappointing that it's the radio edit, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do about that.
Exactly. Well, I'm sure the listeners enjoyed it anyway.
Yeah.
I know we did it, no matter what. Excellent. I mean, like I say, once again, we're so short of time. It's crazy. I mean, really, I'd just like to say thank you very much, Tom, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. Cheers for letting me have my time to actually say what I want to say.
Yeah, well, it's not a problem. I mean, obviously, the theme of the week really has been politics through the studio, obviously, with the election. So I think it's been a really good way to round the week off, to be honest, haven't it?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate the fact that you've let somebody from a hardly known party onto your show to express his opinions on certain things that have gone down. And I suppose one thing I want everyone to remember is just do your research, look at what people are actually telling you, see whether it makes sense to you. If it does, if it doesn't agree with you, don't put your cross next to that person's name. Look for someone else.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's sound advice, to be quite honest. So, all that we've really got time to say is then I'll just give a quick run through of what's coming up in the rest of today's schedule. Coming up next from 11 till 12 p.m, we have Let's Get Loco with Coco, starring Coco Tama. Basically, she's going to bring you a fine taste of international music from, obviously, across the world. So please tune into that because it'll be very, very fun, to be honest, just to hear international
I was listening to it yesterday. It was quite interesting.
It is, isn't it?
It was a bit different. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're striving for at Planet Radio. Bit different. That's what we're wanting. Excellent. So, I mean, really, all I can say now is thank you so much for listening. You've been brilliant all week for tuning in. Once again, keep tweets coming. Remember, it's at Planet Hoods. If you do have any news, please tweet in at News Planet Radio, or you can even email. The address to email is planetradiohuddersfield@gmail.com. Any breaking news or anything you want to add, just to say, just give us an email. Or, once again, please visit our Facebook page. I know it's been dead for me these past few days, unfortunately, but keep those comments coming. It will be very much appreciated. You'll probably get a shout out. You'll get it all read and everything. So once again, I'd just like to thank everyone for the opportunity for myself to actually come on and broadcast live. It's been a very big pleasure. I've enjoyed it. Tom, have you enjoyed yourself today?
Oh, yeah, it's been sound. Loved
Yeah.
it. Free cup of coffee this morning. Definitely weren't complaining.
Yes, that was good. So what are you going to do for the rest of the day then?
I hate to sound really lazy, but I'm probably just going to go back to bed for a bit. Wake up this afternoon.
No politics today then?
No, it's bank holiday, pal.
Yeah, you need to go and get those bake sales. It's May Day tomorrow, isn't it?
That's exactly it. We need tea and cake.
Exactly.
Stat.
Right then, that's all we've got time for now. The time is 10:55. To finish off, we've got Pulp with Misshapes. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to this Planet Radio podcast. For more podcasts and information about Planet Radio, go to planetradio.ning.com.